feminine champ of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, champ.
What's good, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well on this Saturday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. We don't usually go live in the weekends, but I have a special guest today. We're going to do an interview with a decorated amateur and who's going to make his pro debut next month. So first off, let me just bring to the screen my co-host. Hold on one second. My man D Free, my man Sock in the building. Look at D Free with the fresh, shape up. And then I got my man Socrates Palmer, who's on time today for the first time, man. So salute to you guys. Thanks for coming through. I see you guys in the chat as you come through. I'll highlight you guys on the screen, but but without further ado, let me bring up my guy from New Jersey, my man Muadh Abdus Salaam. What's good, brother? How's everything?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
Chilling, man. Let me just bring you up to the big screen real quick. Okay. Chilling, man. Well, I got a call and from one of my guys, good friend Keith Cologne. The father, he hit me up and said, I got a guy here who works hard and he's a decorated amateur and and we got to help promote this kid. So, and you got a good story, man. We're going to talk about it. I looked you up. I did some research on you. You're a smart kid. You're smart inside and outside the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? You went back to school, got your bachelor's, and you also played football. So we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, tell us, first of all, I want to make sure, did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, you said Muadh, right? Yeah.
Muadh, okay. And then do you have a nickname?
Nim. Everybody know me as Nim.
Nim. All right. So we'll call you Nim. So Nim, without further ado, man, who is Nim? Tell us who Nim is.
Well, Nim is just a kid from Newark, New Jersey. I've been a dual athlete for a majority of my life between football, boxing, So I had started in the gym at around 3 years old, started fighting around like 11, 12. But that whole time I started playing football at 7. So I was playing football and boxing. So I was splitting the time, you know what I'm saying? So like it's football season, I'm in football, but I was still doing a little bit of boxing here and there. But then once the season's over, I'm back full steam ahead in boxing. So I did that up until I was in high school, where I had to finally make that decision. Like, I couldn't walk around at 140 playing football, but I had to go to college. So going to college, I need my degree paid for. So I used football to pay for my degree. So I had
that's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I was down in Delaware, so I had played on a football scholarship down at Delaware State, and then I got my bachelor's in sport management, went back and got my master's in sport administration, and then now I'm just grinding, ready to go.
Awesome story. Being a dual athlete, your life, and being a college grad, structure, I'm sure, is something that's really important to you.
Yeah.
Can you let us know how boxing and just playing sports in general, kind of led to your formation and where you are today?
So what I would say about boxing and football and how it led to, the structure and the formation to where I am today is that you got to be disciplined in boxing, right? You got to be able to stay focused, going to the gym. You don't have a team. You really by yourself. So you really got to stay disciplined, motivated, consistent. You got to make weight. And then with football, that schedule is a little strenuous when it comes to high school and college. Once you get to them higher levels, they got you on a schedule where you got a camp schedule. Then you got study hall. You got to make sure you get your grades right. You got a weight room in the morning. Then you got conditioning in the afternoon, practice at night. You got class, whatever extracurricular stuff you're doing on campus, plus football. So that structure was able to build a nice little foundation. Plus, I had a coach the whole time that, my father, he coached me up through everything. So that whole time throughout boxing, football, he was there. So he taught me a lot of, about structure. And then my religion. So we were structured.
Islam is a religion of dedication and discipline. Did you practice Ramadan just now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And you've always done that?
Yeah, my whole life. I had teammates people around me like, man, how you doing this in the summertime? I'm just used to it. Like, how
when you want something. I say, when you want something, you make it your priority.
Oh yeah, for sure. Facts.
So I see you was in the Junior Olympics. How was that experience?
Fighting in JOs was good. It's crazy that year. My father was like, "Man, you ain't ready to hop in the Junior Olympics." he know how to tap in and get to me and turn me up a little bit. So he like, "Man, you ain't ready to fight in the Junior Olympics, bro. You ain't in no shit." My, don't worry about it. I signed myself up, got the training. So the commissioner of Jersey at the time, he come, he like, yo, he used to call me Superman. Yo, Superman getting ready for the JOs, right? He like, huh? Nah, I ain't know that. He like, yeah, man, he signed himself up, paid the fee. He was like, oh, yeah, he ready. So, I fought in the JOs all the way up until we got the Nationals. And I got silver. I lost in the finals.
Okay. But you was so when I saw that you was ranked, they ranked you like number 3 in nationally, right?
Yeah, I was ranked number 3 in the country that year.
Wow.
So just talking about being a dual athlete, it's crazy. I played on the USA football team that same year.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And at what position?
Wow.
I was playing safety at USA football then.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. And then so multi-sport athlete and then going to school full time, correct?
Yeah.
And so are you graduated?
Yeah, I got my bachelor's and my master's.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I know what I want him to say, that, bro.
But I want him to say it for the people. You know what I'm saying? I did the research. You see how I get these guys are critical, man. They like to break my balls and shit, So, but I want you to explain it. But that's what's up. So you're going to be campaigning at welterweight, correct?
Yep.
Welterweight. So as far as like other people, so I know Keith Cologne, so I'm sure you've been in the gym with him. But any other pros that we know that you've been in the ring with, you shared the ring with?
Recently or just
in general?
Let's see. I did some round. Me and Shakur was in the gym for a long time together when we were kids in elite heat. But after that, taking all that time off, I stopped boxing at 16. So I took that break at 16 up until now. So now I'm back in the gym. So once I'm just working with little pros in the area and nobody with a crazy name right now.
Yeah. So when you came back to boxing full time now, did you do any amateur fights, or you just been working out and just now you decided to go pro and then this is it?
Amateur fights. No, this was the plan the whole time. Just take this time off to go get your degree and then come back to boxing. So throughout that whole time, I was still, every time I come home on a little break or something, I'll go to the gym. I'm in the gym, may touch the mitts a little bit, may hit the bag. But I always kept my mental sharp though. I was always watching boxing. My pops train a lot of pros too, and he's a Keith trainer. So I've been picking his brain day by day all the time. Me and my brothers, we send boxing videos to each other. We talk about it. So I kept my mental sharp the whole time. So once football was done, I immediately just started training from getting my body in shape from being a football body to a boxing body. So I was cutting that weight the whole time. When I was
and just real quick, I don't know if everybody knows, but who's your trainer? What's the name of your trainer?
Muadh Abdus Salaam, Coach Muadh.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're 26, right?
Yep.
Now the fact that you're turning pro at a late age, which is which is out of the norm, are you on an accelerated pace, schedule? Are you looking to, kind of make up for lost time?
Not really, because boxing was always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people came into the game late as pros. Lomachenko came in late in a later age as pros. So my journey is what my journey is going to be. You know what I mean? So I'm a strong believer in whatever's happening for me is going to happen for me.
Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah. So after this, how special is it to be your first fight pretty much in your hometown?
Oh man, that's my dream right there. I always wanted to fight at the Prudential in front of Newark, in front of everybody. So, it's heavy for me.
You're going to get a good turnout as well, I'm sure. Because I remember Keith's first pro fight, he had a big turnout, and then I think everybody didn't really stay for everything. They were there to see him, and I think Shakur was the main event of that fight.
Yep, Shakur was the main event.
Yeah, so
that was the sleepover, right? In the Prudential Center.
so Socrates, so is very critical of these fighters, so you got to be careful. But that was when people left, like in the last round.
Like everyone was double parked, like they just bounced. Like it was people leaving the 9th, 10th round. Anyway, on that note, I wish you all the best. Good luck, my brother, and assalamu alaikum. Triple T, D-Free, I'll catch you the next one. I got something came up. All the best. You got a fan from the front.
We'll talk. Okay. Yeah, so of course first time he comes on time, he's got to break out early. That's just Socrates. But go ahead, D-Free.
Yeah. So what style of you say you have? Are you more of a counter puncher, a boxer, a come forward fighter? What's your style is pretty much predicated after?
More so coming forward, fighting off that front foot, coming forward. But I'm also defensively aware. You know what I mean? So I'm always be defensively aware. But if I need to box, I can go ahead and use and pull that tool bag out as well.
Okay.
Are there any legendary fighters that you watch coming up that you say, you know what, I want to fight similar to his style?
Nah, I mean, I always watch people coming up, but I never was like, I need something similar to this style right here. Nah, my pops kind of like understood the type of my body type and how I was able to, to fight. So he kind of configures the fighter to what they're really normally as and don't really want to change it up. So, I always watch Sweet Pea. Took a little bit of his defense from there. I watched Bernard, how he gets real gritty. I watched Bernard a little bit. Took a little bit from him. Of course, I took some from Floyd. I grew up on Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, as a when I was younger, they would say and compare me to fight more of the rhythm and style of Sean Porter.
Okay, so you're pretty aggressive because Porter's pretty aggressive on the front foot. So that's what's up. I mean, so people are going to be entertained in your fights for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. That's pretty awesome, man. As far as boxing is concerned, do you watch boxing regularly? Do you look at other pro fighters? You've been following what's going on?
Yeah.
So did you see the card last night?
Yeah, I saw the card last night.
What did you think of it overall as the card?
How best I could say this. I feel like the card was just too hyped up. To say it was going to be a history making and stuff, it was a hype card for it to be that turnout. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I use underwhelming. I think it underperformed, like you said. So we're pretty on. It looked nice. I thought when it started getting darker at night, I thought the background was like kind of looked like a video game setting.
Yeah, that's what the vibe I was getting. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But as far as the fight's concerned, a little underwhelmed. I mean, we see some good performances. We'll just go into it. I mean, what did you thought of Teofimos and Barboza? What do you thought of that bout?
I thought Barboza would have had it made it a little more competitive. Teo really did what he had to do exactly what he wanted to do with Barboza. Yeah.
I thought Teo could have done more. You agree, D-Free?
Yeah and no. I think Teo at 140. I think he's more so worried about those guys' power. Because we don't see Teo like he was at 135. He doesn't sit down on his punches as much at 140 like he did at 135. I think he's more so worried about that power at 140.
Yeah, that could be possible.
That could be it because, he was marked up. And Barboza didn't really do much. And Teo's face was a little bit marked up. He looked like he had a little black eye. And then his left cheek or his right cheek looked a little bit marked up. But I thought he could have done more. He could have made Barboza pay for some things. Barboza just looked like the weight was too much for him. He looked a little, I don't want to say fat, but he just looked sluggish, like a little slow, So, I thought Teo could have done more. What's up?
I was saying he looked like he was a little behind, but Teo definitely was like having his way. He was playing with him a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought he hurt him early to the body. Even his father pointed it out, but he never really went back to it. I think once Barboza caught him with that straight right, and I think it was the 6th round. I think Tio was a little bit more cautious too because he buzzed Tio with that shot. That's why I was a little bit upset with Barboza. He didn't show no sense of urgency in the fight. He had to know like he was down in the cards. So that's why it, to me made it a little underwhelming in that fight alone. What about Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez? What do you thought about that fight?
I was expecting a little more from Devin. I was expecting a little more from him. I guess that was their game plan. The commentators was butchering them though. Like
the commentating.
It
was so bad. The commentating was terrible.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I just felt that I don't know what the game plan was, but it just looked like he's just still trying to figure his way out and trying to get back in the groove of things.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I think the game plan was to box, which he did. I think it was, to show his footwork and to move. I think it's fair to say that I wanted to see a little bit more from Devin as well too. Some people may say no. He hasn't fought in a year. I wanted him to sit on his punches a little bit more, maybe turn on his punches a little bit more, maybe finish combos. He did some good work. There was some good uppercuts in there that he buzzed Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez smiled him at one point. When they smile, usually that's to tell like, yeah, you got me good. I wanted to see a little bit more, so I'll give him a break because he hasn't been in the ring for 1 year. And I thought it was a good performance. I'm not going to say it was a great performance, but I thought it was a very good performance. It showed what Devin Haney's all about. That he's an excellent boxer. So
in shape.
Yeah, and he comes in phenomenal shape as well. So he filled out the weight pretty well. That was a catch weight. I wonder what he's going to do next. You think he goes to 140 again, or moves up and fights permanently at 147?
I think he may go back down to 140. I think he may go back down to 140. He's a lot more bigger and stronger at 140 than 47.
Yeah.
And then the guys
I don't think Devin's going to survive long at 47. I think his skill is good enough to beat a lot of guys, but I also think there's a lot of guys that could beat him at 47. He's not going to be able to do what he did with Jose Ramirez at 47 on a consistent basis, because everybody at 47 is not as slow as Ramirez.
Yeah, I agree. And then last but not least, what do you thought of the Ryan Garcia and Rolly? Were you as shocked as everybody else was?
I wasn't too shocked because I already said I didn't know who was going to win that fight. My prediction was that it wasn't going to go 12. But my father, when I was talking to him about it, he was like, yo, don't be surprised if Rolly ended up winning.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
and look, he did. He fought a totally different fight than what we're used to seeing Rolly fight. I mean, he tried to box. Both guys didn't really let their hands go as much, but I mean, once he knocked Ryan down, I think Ryan was just cautious the rest of the fight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, maybe Rolly really got some crack. Maybe he trying to stay shy away from that.
Let me respond to this guy Frontline. Let me respond to Frontline, because Frontline always likes to break my balls as well. He says Ramirez wasn't hurt. Stop the cap. Ramirez smiled because he said, "Oh, you want a pillow fight? Come on, Frontline. You're just hard. You're a little bit of a hater as well. He buzzed Ramirez with the uppercut. At least one of the three that he threw. I saw like 3 nice uppercuts that he did that he countered. But you're just a hater, Frontline.
Yeah, I think I was more shocked at the main event, the fact that Rolly looked good as a boxer. Now, granted, it was Ryan that he was in the ring with, but I never thought I would be able to say that Rolly outboxed somebody.
Yeah, and he came in phenomenal shape as well. I mean, Rolly looked huge.
Man, Rolly looked like a linebacker.
Yeah,
47 looked good on him. Like his stature and everything was up.
I mean, he looked phenomenal.
That man came in there looking like a linebacker. I was like, I don't know. And I said it before the fight, because I called the fight, and I said it right before the fight started. I'm looking at Rolly, I'm looking at Ryan. I'm like, man, I got a feeling Rolly gonna win this fight. And sure enough, he won. I thought it was gonna be by knockout, but I mean, he won the fight. I was impressed with what Rolly did, how disciplined he was to keep the right hand up. And it was
Yeah.
one time that Ryan almost caught him, but he threw that guard up quick enough to block the shot. I was like, oh, he on point.
Yeah, I also said that too. I was like, they must have been working on that in camp. He kept that right hand right here.
Yeah. The whole time it was glued to his right cheek. The whole fight. He was very disciplined the entire fight. You know, credit to him. You know, these are guys that you could end up being in a ring with. They're at your weight class.
Yeah.
You know, another year or two, you know, look out. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, who would have thought Rolly be a 2-division champion?
Well, is that a real title or is that like an interim title?
That's the WBA regular title. It's a real title.
So many titles.
I mean,
just kinda,
if Jerron dropped his WBA super, Rolly is the champion.
Yeah, that's I guess. Yeah. What's we call it? So what I was going to ask you. So there's a couple big names on this card too that you're going to be on. I mean, Milenki, I think he's a solid fighter. I like Jahai Tucker. He's on this card. What do you think of Jahai Tucker?
Jahai Tucker, cool. Yeah, he's cool. I think that's going to be a good fight between him and Truck.
Yeah, Truck is a solid fight. He can fight.
Yeah,
you know, that's gonna be a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My problem with Jahai Tucker is that he makes a lot of mistakes because of his athleticism. He gets away with it, and he's got to get out of that. That's just my opinion. You know, me being a little bit too critical, but I think Jahai Tucker at that weight too, he's probably the most athletic fighter in that division. But he makes a lot of mistakes, and he gets away with it because he's quick, you know, and he's really athletic.
Yeah,
I think
in them divisions when you're a little athletic, it's hard to keep up with a person that's athletic in them divisions.
Just like Roy Jones. Roy Jones was like that. Roy Jones was just you know, he made a lot of mistakes, but he was just too athletic, too fast for everybody. He could get away with it. And Roy Jones had a phenomenal career. So Ali Feliz is on the card. You know, Ali Feliz is on the card as well, from what I've seen. You know, they got like 8 or 9 fights on this card.
Yeah, it's a couple fights.
Yeah.
Manny Chance on this card.
Yeah. So do you know if you're going to be
this the card on the 21st you're talking about?
Yeah, in Newark. Yeah.
Okay.
They put Milenki in the main event, which I'm pretty shocked at. But I know like he's from New Jersey as well. You know, I don't know. I know Top Rank usually does a card here in New York. They didn't do one this year for like around the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Not sure why. But it's fine. I think I want to make my way out there. I think I'm definitely going to go. Do you know if you're going to be like? Do you know where they're going to put you in the fight? Like the lineup?
Nah, I don't know the lineup yet. Not yet.
Okay. Do you know anything about your opponent?
I just know that he from Virginia, I guess.
Yeah, he's from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What promotion company is picking up this card?
It's Top Rank.
Yeah, the Top Rank card.
It's Top Rank. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I think Queensberry own it a little bit.
Star Promotions.
Star Promotions. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Lamana, something like that. Yeah, because I think he manages or works with the Polish fighter that's on the main event, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah.
Yeah, he's
Top Rank. Yeah, so it's kind of co-promoted. So and then you're not signed with anybody yet, are you?
No, I'm not signed yet.
Not yet. Okay. So hopefully, I mean, after this, you know, you're looking to get back in the ring right away. Like I know Sock asked you that, but like, you know, you're gonna spread it out. There's another card coming up here in New York. You know, I think June 14th is Hitchens against Kambosos.
Kambosos. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's, you know, I wonder how they're gonna put, you know, the main, you know, the card on that one. But
I think Keyshawn got a fight in June too.
And Keyshawn, in Virginia, he's gonna De Los Santos. Yeah, that's June 7th. So it's like a couple weeks before.
Being though that you coming in, this is your debut in June. How many fights are you looking to have per year? I know, like I said, I know you coming in June, so half the year's gone. But going into 2026, how many fights are you looking to have per year?
So by the end of this year, I probably want another 4 more after this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to stay active.
Yeah, so that you got to get like a fight. Yeah, like every month or every 2 months, or maybe every 8 weeks,
kind of something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be dope, and then keep you here in the East Coast because I'm gonna make my way. I think I'm definitely gonna go. D3, you need to come out to this fight too, man. I be trying to get D3 to come to these fights.
Where's it gonna be at?
In Newark.
At the Prudential Center.
Yeah.
On the 21st, that's a Saturday. I should be able to make it up. I'm gonna move some things around. I should be able to make it.
All right.
Let me know.
You got the tickets. Yeah, I'm gonna get the tickets from you. So for sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So real quick before we let you go,
matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and come up.
Yeah, these people be talking, but then all of a sudden the day of the fight, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't with these guys.
Actually, if I say I'm gonna go. If I say I'm gonna go. I ain't never say I'm gonna go and not show up.
You got to come through, man. We're gonna have a good time, man. I like going to the fights out there. What should we call it? Before we let you go, I know your time is valuable, and I know you just finished working out and stuff. Anything else you want to tell us and let the people know?
Man, just buy tickets, show up June 21st.
Newark, New Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little video. I got 2 videos. I stole them from your Instagram, so don't sue me for this. But I want the people to see.
Y'all could just follow me on Instagram too at _NEM3 and not M the number 3.
Okay, definitely.
Okay.
Hold on, I started. Okay, let me just play this one real quick.
Like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand.
How tall are you, by the way? We didn't get your height. What's your height? So you're 147, 5'7". Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I'm gonna play this video.
Oh y'all the same height. You and Thomas the same height.
This guy, he's like 5'9", talking shit. It's crazy, man.
Hey, don't subtract no inches. I'm 5'10". Don't subtract no inches.
Yo, we got a bunch of jokers, man. Everybody here, we be clowning and stuff, man. We have a good time with this. Like other content creators, they be serious and stuff. We have fun with it, man. We just want to build up the fighters and stuff. We're gonna get you with my guy BVO and a couple other guys, CDK. They're gonna help promote you as well. And you're gonna have more fun. They be clowning. BVO, you gotta watch out for because he be tending to go with these Mexican fighters. I don't know why. It's just
he's a black Mexican.
I think he's half Mexican. I think he's half Mexican on the low, man.
I'm gonna let you know now. He's gonna ask you about Emiliano Vargas. I'm just gonna let you know now. He's gonna ask you about Emiliano Vargas.
He's definitely gonna ask you about Emiliano. Yeah, I think he should do 23andMe. He got to do 23andMe to see where his results and see where he's from. Swear to God, I swear to God. What's up, my man Jose Diaz and Skywalker? What's going on? Salute. But I got one more thing I want to play. This was a good one.
He looks determined without being ruthless. Something heroic in his manner. There's a courage about him. Doesn't look like a killer. Comes across so calm. Acts like he has a dream. Full of passion.
You don't trust me, huh? You know why. I do. We're not supposed to trust anyone in our profession anyway.
I don't think a law gon' forgive us. We got too many. That's the accent. The dashboard got 220. We got old bees. We got new money. We don't do no rag cat. Baby got that yacht in his backpack. Post up on that block, they getting clapped at. If you make a doc, go get the drop. The way they track back. How they all get found without no block? Fuck they gas at. Running from the feds. They keep kicking in my mom's door. Getting money in my babies.
Yeah, man, that was dope.
Hey,
Hey,
you've been doing this. You've been doing this for a while now. Do you still get nervous before fights?
Nah. Of course, you got that little anxious bug. You got. I had that for football, anything. So what I did with football, right? Yeah. Anytime I got that little anxious bug, anything, I just run full speed into somebody. Get it out my system, and then we get it out.
That's awesome, man. I mean, listen. You're a champion inside the ring, outside the ring already. I mean, I always point out this with Keith because Keith's getting his degree in Rutgers University, and he's a full-time fighter. I mean, I gotta salute you. I salute Keith. I mean, I think that's very, very special. You guys got your backup plans if you play football. I mean, that's pretty dope. And I appreciate you coming on, and giving us, a chance to to speak with you. And we're definitely going to put you on more people, more content creators platforms, because we need to get you out there, because I think you're going to have a phenomenal career in the sport of boxing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're going to talk behind the scenes, and I'm going to link you up with these guys as well. You might see D-Free. D-Free's on everybody's platform. So you see D-Free there, you're going to go on another platform. Oh, D-Free, you're here again. You're going to go on another one. These guys all over, bro. I swear to God. So
okay, sounds good.
Salute to you, man. I appreciate you for coming through, bro.
Yep.
For real.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, man.
Have a good one, all right?
All right, take care, bro.
All right.
Yeah, guys, that was Muadh, aka Nim. We call him Nim. I mean, he's a great young man. You know, you can follow him on Instagram. The Instagram is at @_ Nim. Phenomenal young man. You know, there's an article I'm gonna post in the chat from the Essex News Daily. You know, he played football for Delaware State. He got his bachelor's and master's degree. You know, after competing in the Junior Olympics. You know, went to school, got 2 degrees, and then now he's going back to boxing. He's going to make his pro debut. I mean, this is a great story. From a great kid. So let me just post this in the chat so you guys can take a look at that. Hopefully this works. But
Gano
was good. Gano, salute. But D-Free, what you thought? I mean, what do you thought of the young man?
No, I think he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with at welterweight, long as he keep his head on straight and he keeps learning. And he seems like an individual that once he realizes what he wants to do, he's gonna go all in. So I think he's gonna be a phenomenal talent. No,
absolutely. I mean, anytime you get a guy. I mean, I always bring back, what was it, the Baby Bull back in the day. Remember, he was a decent fighter. He had good fights with Marquez, you know, but he went back to school, came back, you know, I think he had a couple fights and eventually retired. But when you think about kids like that, we had Keith Cologne a number of times going to Rutgers University. That's a big university in the state of New Jersey and in the country itself, you know, and working on his bachelor's degree, you know, and fighting full time. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And he went back to school after being ranked number 3 in the world. 3 nationally, my mistake. Ranked number 3 nationally.
Optimus posts his IG.
Let me just pull it up real quick. Hold on. But yeah, so he was ranked number 3 nationally in the world, and then he went to school and he said, you know what, I'm gonna get my bachelor's, get my master's, played football, you know, got a scholarship to play football, by the way. So and he took advantage of that scholarship, went to school and graduated. So I think that shows you know, that shows where his mind is at. So give me a second. I'm gonna look it up right now. Sorry. But
yeah. I mean, anytime you get a guy that's a dual athlete, they usually are great talent. I mean, you can look at all of the fighters that's in the sport today. A lot of the great athletes, they play multiple sports, and they excelled at multiple sports.
So it's @_ let me see if I can write this, because as my wife comes through the door. Nim. I think it's just that simple. This is his Instagram right here. @_ Nim. But if you do a search in Instagram and you just put his name, you'll find it as well. So, and if you follow me on the gram, you'll also find it, you know, as well. What's good, Just Do? Salute. You know, I believe Just Do knows about him as well. If not, I'll be speaking to Just Do, because that's his city. So in Newark. So, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna definitely be there June 21st. So, but that's all I got, guys.
I'm gonna go to that event.
Okay. Let me just type. I'm struggling with this computer today. I need to get a new computer, bro. Yeah. So if you type that in the search engine in Instagram, you'll definitely be able to follow him as well. So, and he works out in the same gym as Keith Cologne as well. I believe it's called Ironbound. So, and then tomorrow, by the way, real quick before we go, tomorrow I'll be interviewing Keith Cologne. I mean, it's going to be more of a conversation because we've interviewed him, you know, and we already know what Keith Cologne is about. But basically, he's going to let us know, you know, what's been going on and, you know, any upcoming fights and stuff. And then we're just going to talk boxing. So that's tomorrow around 3:00, I believe. We're gonna have Keith Cologne on. So other than that, man, this was great. It was great. It was great to have Sock on. Finally, Sock on with an interview.
Yeah, I mean, this man is utterly ridiculous. We're gonna have to dock his pay.
Yo,
come to work late.
Yo.
Come to work late. He come to work on time and leave early.
This guy, the first time he comes on time, and then he's like, "Yo, I gotta go." It's like, yo, but it was dope. He asked some good questions though, so it was great to have Sock on the interview.
Sock is about to get a write up. He's gonna get.
He definitely got to get a write up. Definitely. But yo, guys, man, I appreciate you guys that came through. Share the video if you can. Share his Instagram. I think this guy's going to be a wonderful fighter. I think he's going to do great things in the sport, and he's just a great human being in general. So, and that's what we like here. So, definitely. So, appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We might be on tonight.
There you go right there. There you go right there in the chat. There you go in the chat.
What was that? Hold up. Oh, okay. Bet. Nice. All right. Yeah, we might be on tonight too because Ishay Smith hit me up an email, said he was wanted to come on after the fights. I thought the fights were in the afternoon. The fights are this evening.
No. Yeah, it's at 5:00.
Yeah, so it's gonna be later. So if Ishay wants to come on, we might come on with Ishay and we'll talk about the fights tonight and last night. So other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this and we'll talk soon. Peace.